Thanks so much for joining us for our live stream for Make the Most today. We're going to get started in just a minute doing paper airplanes as our first project. Before we get started, I wanted to remind you that this video is going to be on our YouTube channel that we're just getting going and we're really excited about. That'll be up there later today, so you can check it out and share it with your friends. Today is also Roanoke Valley Gives, and we're a part of that. We're one of the nonprofits that you can give to. And just as a little statistic, if 100 people gave even $10, that would support one of our students for a full 2 semesters here at the Making Foundation, a full year for a student who can't afford to come in and make something and really learn how to make with their hands and problem solve and everything that comes along with that. So be sure to check out rvgives.org/organizations/Making Foundation, or you can just go to rvgives.org and search Making Foundation if you want to give. Let's get started on our first paper airplane. I think we're going to switch over to our bird's eye view. That might take just a second to get set up, and then we'll get going. All right. There we go. Everybody can see. We can move this over. Perfect. All right. So all you really need for this project is a simple piece of paper. It doesn't have to be this color. I just like this color. But we are going to start with the most basic kind of paper airplane. To do that, you need to fold your piece of paper. I was once told it was called like a hot dog. This way, long ways like a hot dog. We call this way like a hamburger. So we're going to fold our paper airplane like a hot dog. And it's really important when folding these paper airplanes to make your creases as tight as possible and really line up your edges. An important part of making a paper airplane is called symmetry. So when something is symmetrical, it means it's the same on this side as it is on this side. And for your airplane to fly even in both directions, you need it to be symmetrical. So once you've got your line down the middle, long ways, you're going to take your top 2 corners and fold them into the center and make almost an arrow shape. Just like this, so that it's as symmetrical as possible. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right, that's step 2. You want it to, actually it looks more like a house than it does an arrow. But so once we have our house looking shape, we are going to fold in one more time. We want these edges right here on the top right and top left to line up with our center line right here in the middle. So we'll take it and fold it down, kind of curl it over, line it up. We'll take our finger, press to the edge, and go all the way up and press, all the way down and press. Now, one thing that you can use if you want really tight creases and you have a spoon nearby, you can take a spoon and run it right along the edge of that line, and it'll make that crease really, really tight. So we want to do the same thing on the other side, just like that. Now we're looking more like an arrow. Once you've got that step completed, we're going to fold it back in on the center line. And you can kind of start to get an idea of what our airplane is going to look like. But you can see that both sides are symmetrical. All right, once we've folded and both sides meet, we're going to take this edge right here, I don't know if you can see that, and make it line up with our bottom edge. So we'll roll it over, same process. Take our crease and fold it down And then this is important to try and make both wings line up to be as symmetrical as possible so that it flies even. Press our crease to the end. Tighten everything. And we have our first airplane of the day. And that flies pretty well. This is just a classic shape, pretty easy to make. Now, one thing that you can do, there are a few things you can do to make your airplane fly a little bit better. If you throw your paper airplane and it's pulling down toward the nose, you can add some weight to the back of your paper airplane. I like to use staples, something like right there and right there. Adds a little bit of weight to the back end of that paper airplane, so as it flies through the air, the back pulls down and it just keeps going. Another thing you can do, we're going to make some different types that do some tricks in just a minute, but you can take a pair of scissors like these and you can cut little flaps on the very backs of the wings of your paper airplane. And you can fold those flaps up just a little bit. In real airplanes that fly in the sky, those flaps, they use flaps just like that to create lift in an airplane. So if you want your airplane to do a loop-de-loop and you fold these flaps in the back really far up, your plane will immediately fly up and come around and then fly away. So that's something you can mess around with and try. Let's try the next type of paper airplane. This one is called the Fly. Now it's very similar to the first paper airplane, but we're going to start with our paper almost in landscape. Not long ways, but width ways. And we're still going to fold it. We're going to fold it like a hamburger this time. Same process, trying to make sure that both sides are as symmetrical as possible. Once we do that, we're going to open it back up. So we have side one and side two. Now this next step is very similar to the first one. We're taking this corner, this edge, we want to line up right along this center line. Come down, get it to line up, and we'll press from the corner here to the outside and crease that line, making sure we stay right up on the line. Make the other side do the same. This one's going to be a little bit wider. Okay. Once you've gotten to this step, this is where this plane differs. This top corner here folds down to this line that you've made. You want that point to meet right at the line. And you want to make sure that this line is parallel to the bottom line, as close as you can make it. All right. Now we're going to take these edges right here and make them meet in the middle. And this is going to leave kind of a funny looking fly shape to our plane. We start to look a little bit like a fly. All right. So now we're going to flip our plane over. We're going to fold it in half. Oh, I missed a step. First, we got to fold down our top. So we flipped our plane over. We folded down our front. Flip it over. Fold down the front, maybe a ½ inch. That's not very important. Just a slight lip on the front. Now, we're going to fold our plane in this way. So that lip is still on the outside. I don't know if you can see that. Okay, so now we are going to fold down our wing this way. Same as the last plane, trying to make this edge meet up with our bottom. And this way. And we have ourselves a little fly plane. We have our regular, we have our fly plane. Now this one is weighted a little bit more in the front because you have that fold over. You can do the same technique with the flaps in the back if you want to make it. This one's definitely designed to do some more tricks in the air, and you can fold the backs of the wings in different ways to make it do different stuff. We might show you an example of some of the airplanes how they're flying after we make a few of them. All right, I think we have time for one more paper airplane. So let me flip through my book. I want to find a fun one. All right, I think we should do this one. It's called the tangent. It's a lot like the fly. We're gonna set our paper out for the tangent landscape like this, and we're gonna fold it like a hot dog again. All right, we're gonna open it back up. Next step is exactly the same as the last one. We fold our edges to meet the center. All right, just like that. Now this is similar to the first step of the last one. We're not going to fold our tip all the way down to the line. We're going to come about 3/4 of the way down and fold it. We do still want this line to be parallel with our line here and our line at the bottom. So we're going to fold that just like that. That's how it should look. And then we're going to take this out and we're going to fold the tip down one more time to the line we just created. So fold here. Then we take this and fold it down one more time. Everybody see that? So your folds go in on themselves, just like that. Now we're going to take this one more time and fold it down all together like this. Now we're going to take our plane and we're going to fold up the center. So we start to look kind of like a plane profile. All right, now we're going to take our edges. Instead of making this line meet like that, we're actually going to keep this line parallel. We're going to fold in. You have a little notch right here where the lip is folded on this side. So we want to fold to that tip, just like that. It's about halfway across. And same on the other side. We're going to unfold that. Fold it in one more time. Like this. Now we're going to take our wings. It's very much like a box plane. Very much like a box. And fold down one more time. We have our square. Now you can cut the lips in all of these in the back, just like we did the first one, to add a little bit more lift. This by far is my favorite. It flies the farthest if you can get the weight distributed right. You can make it fly all the way across our shop here. Let's check out some of these airplanes that we made just a few minutes ago and see how they fly. This is a classic flyer. It's got the flaps on the back of it that will make it gain a little bit of altitude, and I've also added some staples to it. So let's see how it flies. This is a pretty good one. This is the fly that we made. It's a trick plane. We don't really ever know what it's going to do. It's supposed to flip over and open up for us and fly upside down. Let's see if we can get it to work. Let's try it one more time.